Hey everyone, welcome back to another market closing live stream. So folks, what a euphoric market. If you have not yet watched my video on the hedge that I'm playing, do check that out. And we'll get to kind of follow along with the progress of that insurance policy, but I did post that video, so check that out. And in the meantime, let's go ahead and see what madness is going on. I do want to say, it's going to be very interesting to see what Joe Biden does. So far, everything we're seeing coming out of China, well, maybe not everything, but a lot of things that we're hearing coming out of China are relatively good news. Some loosening of lending restrictions in China, enabling companies to actually finally start getting financing again. You've got the primary shareholder of Evergrande putting in over $1 billion of his own money to support the business, essentially bail it out. That was through pledged assets, and I think they were selling private jets as well. I mean, they're liquidating over there. But the point is, the more activity you see like that, the more you're sort of mitigating the potential for calamity and contagion, which is very good. The discussions so far, from what we know, between Biden and Xi Jinping have been relatively optimistic, talking about essentially this restart of relations. The last thing we want is to go into sort of like a Cold War style mentality that gets fear-mongered on TV with China. And we've seen a lot of that sort of fear-mongering because of, in fairness, China and the replica of what appears to be a U.S. Navy ship that they sort of have on a track in a Chinese desert to bomb. It's like, oh, that's awkward. But who knows? Maybe that's just peaceful experimenting on things that look like American targets. Who knows? But anyway, obviously, the broader market is relatively euphoric still. We don't have that many negative catalysts. Budget deficit, the social infrastructure package, and the debt ceiling. Those are probably the biggest ones that we do have, along with Black Friday sales data and Cyber Monday sales data, which will be very interesting as well, which, of course, is the perfect place to mention that I do have a Black Friday sale. It is live already. Check that out. Use coupon code Black Friday on the programs on Building Your Wealth link down below. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a peek at what's going on right now in the market. So we do have red across the board on the indices today. We're sitting at down 0.39 on the Dow Jones Industrial. We're down 0.1 on S&P. NASDAQ's down 0.18. And the Russell 2000, I'll tell you, this one's the swinger. And I think it's very interesting that the Russell's always the one doing the mad swings here. And I shouldn't say always, I should say more recently. In the last 2 months, tech has actually been doing very well. Higher valuation companies have been doing very well. It's really the potential value traps that have been selling off. And value traps, really what Cathie Wood is defining as not innovative companies that are at risk of defaulting on high interest debt, the potential risk of not being able to refinance these at lower rates, especially as as interest rates potentially go up to fight inflation. And then you also wonder, like, are you buying into some, by buying recovery stocks, are you buying into some potential companies that just won't be profitable ever again, or won't actually end up as at points of profit where they were prior to the pandemic? Like, for example, Bed Bath & Beyond. Is Bed Bath & Beyond really going to survive this transition? Or are they going to get to a place of forced deflation where companies like Bed Bath & Beyond are just going to have to lower prices, squeeze margins, and then ultimately be operating a razor-thin business until ultimately going bankrupt? So these are real questions. Now, obviously, Bed Bath & Beyond has done very well out of November. Let's look at the stock chart here. Bed Bath, they have done very well coming out of November. But let's see how they've been doing this summer here. So let's see. Yep. This is kind of what we were expecting over here. So here's our pandemic. November starts right here. Actually, they took off more in January when they kind of joined the momentum movement, GameStop movement, AMC movement. But so far, I mean, they've really ended the year negative from where they were. Year to date, actually, they might be slightly positive, if it ain't anything flat. But you see how the momentum comes. I mean, just look at the volume bars. Momentum. It's been certainly a very strong momentum stock. But anyway, again, if you have not yet, watch my video on the hedges that I placed. They're big, but who knows? They could be profitable. They could lose lots of money. It totally depends. We'll see what happens. But anyway, let's see what we got here. So we got Camber, definitely a momentum mover. I actually have a thorough video on Camber Energy, and I talked about Camber Energy, which I feel like it was much more expensive, but that's because we went through this momentum cycle towards the end of the last momentum cycle. So watch that if you want to learn more about Camber Energy. You can do that. Just type into YouTube Camber Energy Meet Kevin, and if you want to learn more about the hedge that I just placed, there's a full video on that. Go to metkevin.com/ well, just type into YouTube Meet Kevin hedge into YouTube. So then you've got Tattooed Chef, a strong amount of retail euphoria coming in after earnings missed, bottom line missed. We had a forecast that missed, but enthusiasm over potentially elevated short interest, which it's worth noting that yesterday during our live stream, we had a Bloomberg notification that Tattooed Chef was one of the highest short interest stocks going into their earnings. It's kind of interesting. So that appears to be why we're seeing some enthusiasm here. Seeing a lot of enthusiasm for Roblox. Roblox being seen as a metaverse play and a pretty strong gaming play as well. Pure gaming play at that. Kathy Wood, obviously big investor here, got in pretty heavily at IPO through about $80 a share. She seemed like she kept buying. Obviously, that position's now up 50+% for her. So congratulations to Kathy on that one. That's a good one. Then we've got Moderna. Moderna's actually up 3% today. That's cool. Let's see. What else do we have here? All right. So Tesla. So look at this. Tesla's up 3.3%. Yesterday it was up 4%. And this is yesterday Elon was selling shares. So it's actually really incredible. There must be some serious buying power on Tesla. Personally, I believe that one of the reasons we're seeing Tesla move up at the same time as we're seeing someone like Elon essentially dump is probably because you're in this market where you really have people looking for value in EV. And I think when you see Rivian and Lucid go nuts, it actually makes Tesla look like a better deal, which I know is crazy because Tesla's got a strong valuation itself, but I wouldn't be surprised if that's a little bit of what we're seeing here. So then we've got GM 3.2%, Canoe's up about 3%. They did very well yesterday. Matterport's up about 2%. Dave & Buster's 1.7%. Enphase up about 1.1%. Awesome. Coinbase 0.85%. Ubiquity 0.4%. Amazon 0.2%. Good. Okay, so these are some more sort of generic movers here. If we go towards the bottom side, we're going to see that Rivian recovering slightly here towards the end of the day. Looks like you had a little bit of buy the dipping going on in Rivian. Rivian down about 14.5% today, but definitely had a solid move here about an hour ago to the upside. Look at that. We had fallen to about 140, and we began this sort of buy the dip move here. And now we're sitting back at about 147. So we did have some more pain earlier in the day as we were sort of bleeding out. Once we did get volume coming back, we did see another push here on Rivian. I'm surprised there's not a little bit more of a trader sell-off right now towards the end of the day on Rivian. It actually seems like you're getting a little bit more of a trader buy towards the end of the day. Beachbody down another 15%. It's going to be under $2 or under $3 here soon. It's at $3.11. Arrival is down 19%. Now, there's got to be news on Arrival. We were actually covering Arrival yesterday, and I decided not to invest in Arrival, even though it had already been sold off pretty low. Was not very enthused, and apparently neither is the market now, selling off another 15% here. It looks like there's an offering. Oh, that's funny. Yesterday we were saying, that one of the risks with these companies is they burn through a lot of money, and that you have to raise money frequently when you have an automotive manufacturer. So this is a risk, right? And now you've got Arrival proposing a convertible senior note. It's a 5-year note. It's $200 million. Looks like that's about 25 million of shares. Wait a second. Is that separate? Hold on. Arrival. No, I don't. Hold on a second here. This is a little confusing. I have two different headlines here. Arrival announces 25 million ordinary share offering, and then Arrival to raise 200 million in convertible senior notes. That math doesn't quite exactly add up either. So we're at what, $10 now? Yeah. Let's see. No, these are shares. Arrival announces the commencement of an underwritten public offering of 25 million ordinary shares for registration in connection with the follow-on offering. Arrival intends to grant the underwriters the option to purchase up to an additional 3.75 million additional ordinary shares. So that's about 28.75 million shares that are going to increase the float for Arrival. On top of that, they did a convertible bond offering. Looks like they did both. I mean, that's a huge money raise. Big old money raise here. Again, not a shocker. It's very, very common for these smaller automotive manufacturers to need to raise money a lot. This is why you see so many of them rush to go public with PDFs and visions and partnerships and all this crap announced, but no real partnership, because they can't make it without ripping off people on the stock market. Sorry, that sounds terrible, but that's kind of the point of the stock market is really you're investing in a company hoping that they can use your money more effectively than you can use your money. So you're throwing money into this money pit, hoping that it takes off one day, right? That's the expectation. Indices still all red. Does look like the S&P 500 and Dow are slipping a little bit into the close. We're about 3 minutes away, heading into the close. Does look like a little bit of a drawdown of the close, not at lows of the day, sitting down about 0.22%, but definitely a little bit of a sell-off just in the last few minutes. We have Peloton down another 6.59%. This was after it did jump after hitting a low of about 46.50. Let's see here. I did a video, by the way, on Peloton that I highly encourage you watch. Looks like we've got Lemonade down another 6.32%. Voyager Digital is down 6% again. Dutch Bros down about 6.25. Smile Direct Club down 5.5. Lucid Group down 5.24. This actually started green today, which was kind of remarkable. Shift Technology is down 4.61. How's Rivian ending the day? Rivian ending the day looks like about 15% to the downside, but stable here going into the close. Let's see how Tesla's going to be ending the day. We do have earnings today as well, which earnings are going to be super fun. Let's see what we got for earnings today. So I know we have Nvidia today. We have Nvidia, Cisco, Sonos. Ooh, these are going to be fun. It looks like Nvidia reports at 4:20. So first we're going to get Cisco Systems. That's going to be a microchip inflation reveal. Sonos, Bath and Body Works, Victoria's Secret. Some of these I'm not going to actually look at. And then, of course, Nvidia. These are the ones that I care for. So those are the ones we're going to take a look at. I do wish that Nvidia would give us a little bit of an earlier report, but can't always get what you want. 1 minute to the closing bell. Tesla's up 3.3% today. We have Roblox. Wow, 7.4. That's incredible. It just keeps going into the close here. Yeah, Roblox getting a little bit of a rally into the close. Talked about the tattoo. Talked about, let's see, Tesla stable into the close. EVgo, Apple, GameStop. These guys all on the green side here, just a little above 1%. Affirm's up 0.25%, and I believe Etsy was down about 0.5%. Let me see here. Oh, Etsy down 1.56%. A little bit of a sharp sell-off here. Actually, the first hour of trading, you had a nice little pull down here on Etsy after a run-up. Wow, it hit 294. Oh my gosh, the euphoria. That's insane. It's a crazy market we're in. Let's listen to the bell and get to earnings.
More than 1%. As we said earlier, yields sort of holding this week's gains, but down a little bit. We're at 2% and 160 for the 30 and the 10-year respectively. As the bell goes, we are down 0.6% on the Dow Jones Industrial Average, about 210 points, about 0.25% on the S&P 500, 0.33% on the Nasdaq.
All right, Dow Jones down 0.58%. S&P 500 fell down to just over 0.25%, down 0.26. Nasdaq down 0.33. Russell 2000 down 1.7%. All right, let's go ahead and look at some earnings expectations here. First, we're going to write down Nvidia. All right, Nvidia. We are looking for EPS adjusted of 1.11, so $1.11. We are looking for a gap of 91 cents. We're looking for revenue of 6.81 and a net of 2.8 net. Okay, next we're going to look at Cisco Systems and Sonos. Okay, Cisco, CSCO. Cisco's going to be looking at an adjusted of 0.81. We're looking for gap of 0.66 gap. Revenue of 12.99 rev and net of 3.41 net. Yeah, I am kind of hoping for an Nvidia plummet so I could buy the darn thing. Okay, then we're going to get to Sonos. Sonos, we are looking for an EPS adjusted of 9.5 cents. We're looking for negative 7.3 cents gap, 360 mil of rev, and a net of 7.83. So it's a positive net, but a negative gap. So we're going to have some adjustments there. Okay, good. Let's now see. Do we have any that reported yet? Nope. Sonos is implying a 12.8% move in the after hours. That is about the average. The average is 12.2 is of a movement for Sonos. Nvidia's implied and average movement is only about 4.8% expected movement right now. So much smaller for Nvidia. It is also a substantially larger company. So anything over a 5% decline or gain would be pretty remarkable. Cisco looking for about a 4.4% movement either way. All right. So we are waiting for Cisco, Sonos, and Nvidia. Let's go ahead and see what we got in the charts. So we've got, let's look at the bottom first. Okay, Rivian down 15%, pretty much flat in the after hours. Arrival down 19% on basically a double offering and bond setup. UWMC down 10% today. Honest Company down 10.9%. Peloton down 6.78%. Lemonade down 6.47%. Voyager Digital 6.59%. Looking at the upside here, Tesla ended up 3.25%, pretty much flat in the after hours. Let's go look at crypto here really quickly as well. And I do not have Cisco or Sonos yet. Okay, let's look at crypto. What am I looking at? Not this stupid thing. Coin market cap. Here we go. Coin market cap. Bitcoin sitting at 60,400. Ethereum at 42.59. You've got Solana at 216. That's down about 6% for the week. Shy of it just adjusted there. 8.66% for Bitcoin, 8.5% for Ethereum for the week. Polkadot down 11.7%. Sheep actually pretty stable on the week. Avalanche moving a little bit here, 13% on the day. 23% movement here on Crypto.com coin. Maybe because of that, the announcement that they're rebranding the Staples Center, Crypto.com. So the Crypto.com coin moving a little bit here. Axie at 133. And how's Decentraland doing? Still up 30% for the week, but down about 1.3 right now. Okay. No earnings yet on Cisco, Sonos, or Nvidia. We're waiting for those. After hours, IronNet up 3%, TMC up 2.75, Microvision's up 2.2, sitting at 880. Sonos just came out. Why is Sonos down 9% and the earnings weren't even out yet? There it is. Sonos just came out. Sonos is they came in at a 7 cent versus 15 cents a year ago. So they came in at 7 cents. I don't know if that's adjusted or not. And revenue, instead of coming in at 360, came in at 359.5. That's pretty close. I think that's interesting. So Sonos forecast 22 sales above estimate despite sales constraints. We did just get Cisco come out. Cisco came in with EPS at 70 cents and adjusted EPS at 82. That's a beat. That's a beat on both EPSs. Revenue, we were expecting 12.99. They got 12.9 in. So slight miss on revenue, but beat on EPS. And people are calling this a meet on revenue as well. Okay, so Cisco and Sonos are pretty much meets here. Oh, Sonos announces $150 million stock buyback. Oh, that's going to move this stock, or should. Stock right now in the after hours, very, very, very volatile. Here we go. The stock buyback, looks like the market has not reacted to that yet, but $150 million share repurchase and completion of previous share repurchase. It's up about 1.8% now. I'd expect that potentially to continue to run once that news of that buyback actually hits the street a little more. Cisco revenue outlook misses forecast. Q2 EPS coming in at 64 cents. Looks like the expectation was a little bit more than that. They were looking for a revenue increase of 7.38%. They ended up guiding 4.5 to 6.5. So that's definitely a miss on guidance. Cisco. Yeah, Cisco falling on this weak guide, 5.5%. That's definitely more than the expected volatility. Yeah, it's a bigger drop than expected. Sonos. Sonos now up about 2%. And Cisco's still getting burned. Yeah, Cisco's down about 5.5. Sonos forecasts 2022 sales above estimates despite supply constraints. Sonos Wednesday forecast fiscal 22 sales above estimates despite facing backlogs for smart speakers because of supply chain constraints. Santa Barbara, California based. Oh, that's awesome. They're super close to me. Has fended off challenges from major tech companies such as Apple that tried to enter the premium priced smart speakers market but had to since scale back to lower price points. Sonos earlier this year introduced Roam, a $200 product, a sub-$200 product that aims to introduce the Sonos brand to a broader audience. Sonos expects margins of 46 to 47% gross. The company in recent years diversified its supply chain away from China to include Malaysian factories in an effort to mitigate U.S. tariffs. Huh. We've particularly pushed on air to try and make sure we're meeting customer needs in the holiday. Okay, good. So Sonos, the buyback and a meet, and saying they're going to get through the crisis without supply chain issues. That's really good. Good job, Sonos. Cisco, on the other hand, down about 6.29%. Not very happy with that lower guide. Lower guide really hurt. Let's see Sonos here. And of course, we were waiting for Nvidia. It's going to be the big one. Yeah, look at that. Sonos up 5%. Telling you, we saw it at 0% when they announced the buyback, and it sat there for like 2 minutes. And I'm like, this is going to move once people hear about this buyback. And now it's moving. It helps to have the info fast. 5.4% now. All right, Nvidia, we are on standby. Probably gonna have to wait, unfortunately, about 10 minutes for Nvidia, which is kind of boring, but I suppose we can hunt a little bit for what's going on in the news. Okay, so Sonos now almost 6%. It's incredible. Okay, hopping on over to Bloomberg as we wait for Nvidia. Remember, you could write this down if you're trying to. Cisco should announce a buyback. So remember the 420 earnings call for Nvidia. You are looking for 6.81 billion in revenue, 2.8 net. That or a beat. All right. Drink a little coffee here. So what do we got? U.S. COVID cases climb again? What? COVID cases. Okay, what do we got? COVID cases, show all. I don't know what their software is like all bugged out the last few days. It's just not working anymore. The Google COVID cases one. I'll try Chrome. Wait a second here. Let's see what's going on here. COVID cases. Oh. All right. COVID cases. Let's see. Show all. Let me go. There we go. I think this is working. So this is California. Nope. The software is just bugged. That's lame. I could just manually do it like this, though. Oh, yeah. Look at COVID cases ticking up again for the United States. That's not ideal. That's not good. If you've already gotten your shot, get your booster. If you haven't gotten your shot, I'm not going to comment. Okay, so I know there's some people who can't take the shot. I get it. And some children, I think the big confusion for a lot of Americans and just people in general right now is, what about kids? Like, should they have it? And I think last time we did a poll, like 60% of you were like, no, because the risks appear to be relatively low for children, statistically at least. But, who knows? Long haulers, another crappy thing. But look at the United Kingdom here, folks. The United Kingdom COVID cases bumping. You've got, like, if we drew a trend line here, you've got higher lows and higher highs, right? Higher lows and higher highs. That's not good. Stay vaxxed and waxed. Oh, that's a good one. Yeah. Check out the Netherlands. The Netherlands and Germany, I do not think are doing well. Oh my gosh. I wonder if this is partially why you're starting to see some recovery stocks sell off as well. No. I don't. Okay, somebody just paid $10 to ask if it's possible that Rivian could be absorbed. I don't think Amazon and Ford want that risk. Like, Amazon and Ford could honestly dump right now, 20x their money. They could literally dump right now 20x their money, go middle finger, and just buy the dumb cars when they're ready from a company who's succeeded and figured it out and take no risk. Why would you want to buy the company? Ugh. No. No. So anyway, let's now look at Germany. Oh, man. Germany's just a cluster. Oh, this is the worst rise we've seen in Germany. Germany is calling this the pandemic of the unvaccinated. Oh, no. Our lockdown's going to come back in. How's Italy? Italy's good. It is a little sad to see the U.S. case count on average go up again. India's got it. Dang it. No, I don't. I just want this crap to be over. Ugh. But it's worth noting, for those who are vaccinated with Pfizer or Moderna, that research shows that after 6 months, you're only between 54 to 58% effective. So for those who did choose to get mRNA vaccines, it is encouraged that you get a booster to pop that back up. I think you could still sign up at like Walgreens or whatever and CVS to get it. Kids 5 and up, same thing. I'm pretty sure it's 5 and up. And they're expecting for children under 5 sometime in Feb to maybe have approval for them. But I think that's taking the longest. Anyway, we're waiting for Nvidia earnings here. So we'll see what happens with Nvidia. Is Croatia locking down? Is that true? This is going to be interesting because that makes it. I mean, that's actually another potential. Oh wow, it's another negative catalyst. How's China? China's usually got this pretty good, but they're pretty authoritarian. Oh yeah, okay, they got like nothing. COVID case China. They also all pretty much mask, and don't get me started on masks. I'm not a big fan of masks at all, but anyway. Hold on a sec here. Why is this? Yes. Sorry about that. Yes. Oh, okay, perfect. So, okay. What else? Yeah, COVID cases China. We are waiting for Nvidia in 4 minutes. There are definitely some risks to, I would say, recovery stocks going into a potential COVID winter, which in theory could be good for things like, like some of the stay-at-home stuff. DocuSign, Peloton, like kind of going down that crazy rabbit hole again. Kind of crazy to think. All right, so let's see here. I'm trying to think of the recovery stocks here that might be selling off. Well, certainly I would expect restaurants and airlines to start showing some stress with these COVID cases. And if you look at cheesecake, you certainly have seen this since Delta first came around. This is really a Delta crush right here. Darden's actually fared well, sitting at its 200-day moving average and bouncing off its 200-day pretty regularly. What about Macy's? Macy's just kills it. They do, yeah. Look, oh my gosh, you can't stop Macy's. You just can't stop them. They've done so well since November. I mean, they've 5x'd, a little more than 5x. It's crazy. I'm not totally out of lemonade. I wish I was. But I've sold a lot. Remember, if you want all of the alerts for when I buy and sell, join the Stocks and Psychology Money group. You buy once, and anytime I send alerts, you have lifetime access. Like if I'm going to send alerts, you got access, which is kind of awesome if you think about it. And the price goes up over time. So if you've ever even remotely thought about it, you may as well get in using the Black Friday coupon. Would I be interested in interviewing the SafeMoon CEO? I mean, usually I don't do coin interviews, but I don't know, maybe. When I do those, I always like to be very transparent as to whether I own anything. I've never been paid by a coin to do an interview or a video. I won't take any money for that ever, as I think that then that gets a little sus. But anyway, I don't know. Okay, so we're 1 minute and 15 seconds away on Nvidia. We do not have news yet on Nvidia. Cryptos with CEOs sketch you out. Yeah, that's a good point. Somebody says, future, can you look into metaverse cryptos? Yeah, absolutely. Not now, but yeah. What's VSCO? All right, let's go to the 1 minute here on Nvidia. Yeah, Nvidia is moving a little bit in enthusiasm. Oh, that's Victoria's Secret. Oh, did they kill it? Victoria's Secret came in with Victoria's Secret sees Q4 sales flat. EPS forecast misses. Comp sales were only up 3%. EPS comes in at 81 cents, but that did beat the 71 cent estimate. Sales came in at 1.44, which missed the 1.46. But Victoria's Secret gains 10% after hours because it finally offered guidance. Okay, folks, 5 seconds for Nvidia. You ready for this? You ready? Remember, oh, here it comes. Net comes in at 2.46. They were expecting 2.8. It's a miss on the net. Miss on the bottom line. Revenue beat, though. Revenue comes in at the 7.1. They were expecting 6.8. That's a revenue beat, bottom line miss. Margin came in slightly higher than expected. That's really good. So revenue was a beat at Nvidia. The net, for some reason, came in about $340,000 less, but a big beat there on Nvidia's revenue. Revenue coming in about $290,000 more than expected. It's about, 3% or something like that. That's good. It's a beat on Nvidia. Good job. Trying to get a little bit more detail in terms of why we saw the bottom line come in a little lower, and forecast would be nice. We'll jump over to their financial press release. So let's see here. Nvidia Investor Relations. Events and presentations. Financial results. Oh, that's the webinar. Did they give me a presentation? No. News? Come on, Nvidia. Really? Why do they gotta make it so complicated to get the press release? Whatever. I have the press release. We just won't be able to share the screen. Okay, fine. I'll just read the press release myself, and I'll tell you about it. So let's see here. 7.1 billion, up 50% from a year ago. That's nuts. Let's see here. Third quarter was outstanding. Record revenue. Demand for Nvidia AI is surging, driven by hyperscale and cloud scale out, broadening adoption by more than 25,000 companies. AI computer graphics. Last week's event was our most successful, highlighting diverse applications, cybersecurity, natural language processing, quantum computing research, robotics, self-driving cars, climate change. It's all the buzzwords. Omniverse, major theme. They paid 4 cents of a dividend. Net income up 84% year over year, 4% quarter over quarter. Revenue up 9% quarter over quarter, up 50% year over year. I mean, this is just such a beautiful company. There's a reason it's been doing so well. I guess I'm not getting my Nvidia sell-off. Oh, well. Let me look at their statement. SG&A was up about 9%, just like their revenue. Research and development. Oh, wow. Almost up 40% year over year on research and development. That's good, though. Current cash, $19 billion of current cash. Oh my gosh. Current liabilities are only 3.6. Total liabilities are 16.8. They could literally just take their cash and pay off all the debt that they have, including their long-term debt. This is incredible. I mean, it's just a phenomenal company. You cannot bet against Nvidia. That's really incredible. So this is one of those companies that you could honestly just, in my opinion, buy and hodl. Now, I'm not going to, because I'm not going to build a position when I'd be. See, I would have to go into margin to build a position in this right now. I'm not going to do that. I will build a margin if this has a big. I'll go into margin to buy this if there was a big sell-off, but not right now. So good job, really, really good, absolutely incredible. So really, really incredible. And I do have about 50K in Nvidia. So I guess I am still considered, even though it's not a very large position of mine, we're still considered Nvidia shareholder buddies. Very, very good. Let me see if there's any other headline here on Nvidia. Forecast. Forecast came in at way above estimates. 7.4 bill forecast, above the 6.8 expected. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. Wow. Very good. Good job, Nvidia. Hats off. Q3 EPS, adjusted EPS. So why did their net miss? That's what I'm still trying to figure out. Because their net was 2.8 was expected, but they came in with 2.46. It's going to take a little more research to figure that one out. But anyway, good job. Congratulations. Folks, if you want to know all my moves in this crazy market, check out Stocks, Psychology, Money. Check out the other programs on Building Your Wealth, link down below. I'm going to go now. Make sure you have your life insurance as well. Just go to metkevin.com/life to sign up for life insurance in as little as 5 minutes. Super easy to do. And you should have it. Super cheap, too. But it'd take you 5 minutes to get a quote yourself. So who knows? Cheap could be relative. And I'm not a financial advisor. Certainly not your financial advisor. All right, I'm going to go now. Goodbye, everyone.